He felt he deserved to die. So without hesitation, he pulled out his gun and pointed it at himself. The reason he felt this way? He had accidentally burned his 3 children to death the night before. 2 police officers, with sympathy written on their faces, were taking a statement from this man, a killer, sitting across from them. The man, hiding his red face under his cap, recounted the tragic events of that night in grim detail. He had been partying with friends at his house until late into the night. His wife was upset, so she had asked everyone to leave since the kids were already in bed. But the man was so lost in the fun that he couldn't pull himself away. After finishing off the last of the alcohol, he tossed a few more logs onto the stove and rushed out to the supermarket to buy more. On the way there, he wasn't sure if he had turned off the fire guard on the stove, but he convinced himself it would be fine. When he returned, the sight before him shattered him completely. A massive fire had consumed his home. It wasn't until the next morning that the fire was finally put out. Firefighters pulled 2 black bags from the rubble. His beloved daughters. His youngest son, however, had been completely consumed by the flames, leaving nothing but ashes. His wife was inconsolable, screaming in agony until she passed out from lack of oxygen, only to be rushed away by an ambulance. After finishing his statement, the man fell silent, awaiting his judgment from the law. But the police officers didn't reprimand him harshly. Instead, they softly comforted him, telling him to grieve and move on. They even reassured him that forgetting to close the stove guard wasn't a crime. To his surprise, the officers even arranged for a ride to take him home. Yet this kindness only made his suffering worse. He didn't want their sympathy. He wanted to be punished. He longed to atone for his unforgivable sin, even if it meant paying with his life. He couldn't understand why the police were being so kind. He had committed an irremediable crime. Why was he escaping the law's punishment? He deserved to die. So when one of the officers passed by, he impulsively grabbed the officer's gun and pointed it at himself without hesitation. But the gun wasn't on safety. As he fumbled to engage the safety, the officers quickly rushed in and stopped him. That fire not only destroyed his home, but also burned his marriage to the ground. He chose to leave the painful memories behind in Manchester and set off alone on a journey to Boston.